Hi everyone, welcome to Wes Knows Tech News and Reviews. Today we'll be looking at the Amazfit Bip U. So it is actually priced under $50, and that means that it's in the super budget price category. This little thing right here can monitor your heart rate continuously. It counts your steps. It can monitor your SpO2, even though on demand it can still do it. So it's also got a stress level monitor. It's got a breathing app. It can monitor your sleep within 3 sleep stages. So your light, your deep and REM sleep. It does the basic things like stopwatch, timer, it can tell you the weather. There's a lot of things about this watch, but one of the coolest features is that it's got 60 sport modes. That's right, 60, and all of them are actually goal based. So what we're going to be doing today is looking at this smartwatch, or a very advanced fitness tracker. Let's have a look at it, let's review it, let's see what it does, what it doesn't do, what it does well, and what it doesn't do well at all. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be talking about the design and the display, and then we'll get into the exciting features and functions. If you are new to Wes Knows Tech News and Reviews, we talk about the latest tech news. We do brutally honest reviews and share hacks and tricks along the way. Just recently we've actually reviewed the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini, and that is a very solid smartwatch. Now the Bip U actually looks very similar to it, but with lower display specs. It's got slightly less features and function, but at the end of the day it does cost half price, well, almost half price. So that is a very solid offering. The under $50 space is actually getting very busy, because we've got the likes of the Samsung Galaxy Fit 2, we've got the Mi Band 5, the Amazfit Band 5, and then of course the very famous, well now famous, the Honor Band 6, which has a huge 1.47-inch AMOLED display. It is a busy space, but the Bip U has a lot to offer. Let's take a look at what exactly it offers. The design brings us closer to a smartwatch rather than the traditional tracker, and considering the Bip U is the next generation of the Bip, the squarish face doesn't surprise us. The display is a 1.43-inch color TFT LCD display. Considering it is bright and crisp, it's just not as glamorous as an AMOLED display. The watch case made of polycarbonate. In simple terms, it's plastic. It weighs just under 31 grams. Dimensions of the watch are 40.9 by 35.5 millimeters, and the thickness is just 11.4 millimeters. The case is plastic, the lugs are plastic, and even the button is plastic. The glass screen spans across the watch face, yet there is quite a thick bezel around the actual LCD panel. Another notable design feature is the brand logo just below the display. There is also the single button on the right side of the watch face. The screen is touch activated with the usual interface navigation. So swiping side to side from the home screen gets you to your favorite screens, such as weather, Pi, stress, SpO2 and activity summary. Swiping down gets you to the shortcut screen, so you've got your D&D, your brightness options, or your shortcut to settings, and swiping up brings up your notifications. Pressing the button on the side takes you to the app list. You can download plenty of faces from the Zepp app, but only 4 can be stored on the watch face. Mind you, there are also templates for downloading any picture from your mobile phone, and you can do this with either Android or iOS devices. There's no ambient light sensor, hence there's just 5 brightness levels, and it misses out on always on display. There is a silicone strap, and you'll be pleased to know the 20mm straps are replaceable. The clasp is thankfully classic watch type, hence easy to use and slip on or off. The clasp is also plastic without any brand logo. Let's jump into the features and functions now, but to set the scene, let's actually discuss the sensors and the functionality that the watch has and which it hasn't. So it's got an accelerometer, it's got a gyroscope, it's got an optical heart rate sensor, and it's water resistant up to 50 meters. Now, it doesn't have GPS. Well, it doesn't have inbuilt GPS. What it does have is connected GPS via Bluetooth. There's no barometer, no compass. So what does this mean for us, the users? Well, let's start off with sports and activities. There are 60 to choose from, which is plenty for a budget tracker. The best thing about this is that all exercises are now goal-based. so you can set a time to perform an activity or distance to cover or calories to be burned. Another advanced feature has made its way from the more expensive smartwatches, the activity alerts, and these can help you exercise specifically in target heart rate zones or notify you if you're doing a slower pace than expected. Now, as we mentioned previously, there's no inbuilt GPS here, so it is the connected GPS which is connected via Bluetooth from your phone. So what does that mean for us? Well, it means you can't take it open water swimming, for example, and it can't track your distance and speed without your phone being connected to the watch. But it's still water resistant, so you can take it to the pool with you where you don't need to track your distance. You've got the lap setting and you can set it up in the watch. The watch also monitors your Pi metric, which, like any other Amazfit or Xiaomi wearable, Pi score is calculated by processing data about your heart rate and activity intensity. Essentially, it calculates a single value, and if you keep that value above 100, statistically speaking, you're 25% less prone to getting heart disease. Now, this watch actually monitors your sleep as well, and it does so with style. There's 3 sleep stages: your light, your deep, and REM sleep. But on top of that, it also provides you with a sleep score as well as advice or recommendations on how to actually improve your sleep quality. Now, another benefit here is that this watch actually has a dedicated screen for your sleep, so you don't just have to go to the app. You would need to go there for more details on your 3 sleep stages, but if you want to see when you actually went to sleep and when you woke up, you can do it off the watch face now. There's an on-demand SpO2 monitor, aka blood oxygen saturation monitor. Considering the monitor is on demand, essentially at a point in time, the readings are stored and transferred to your smartphone when synced. You can see the trends in the Zepp app, or you can see the trend up to 3 hours on your watch. There's also stress monitoring, and you can switch on continuous tracking from the Zepp app. You can actually see where your personal stress level lies, from relaxed, normal, medium, or high. A nice touch is an addition of a guided breathing app, and you can use it to relax or simply perform respiratory exercises. Do you work with different time zones? Well, now there's a world clock app on your watch. You can add up to 20 different locations on your Zepp app, and these will synchronize to your world clock app on the watch. Then you can view information including local times, dates, and weeks. You also get a Pomodoro tracker. The Pomodoro tracker app allows you to manage time scientifically and set the concentration time in a cycle. This allows you to strike a balance between your work and breaks with minimum interruptions and make time management more intuitive and effective. The theory behind Pomodoro is that each work period should last 25 minutes and is followed by a 5-minute break. But you can actually adjust this time by tapping the up and down buttons on the screen of the watch. There are of course a myriad of other things such as time and stopwatch and weather widgets, which we didn't cover in detail in this review, but we do consider them on WesKnows as more standard or core features. So who is this BIP U for? Well, I think firstly, if you don't want to spend a ton of money, but you do want to get a sufficiently strong and powerful smartwatch / tracker, then this is for you, because it does track 60 sport modes. It's got a music player, it's got your SpO2 monitor, your stress monitor, it does continuous heart rate tracking. So it does cover you in terms of health, well-being, and fitness. Now, I do doubt that a sport enthusiast or a long distance runner will be too much interested in the BIP U simply because it doesn't have inbuilt GPS, nor does it have inbuilt storage for music. But if you just need it for the general purposes, you want a good tracker to be with you, to let you know when notifications are coming in, if you want to read off your general health metrics, then this BIP U is actually quite a good fit. And again, the price is very attractive. $50 and you get a 1.43-inch screen. It's not AMOLED, but yet it's still crisp and bright enough. You've seen it in daylight. It shows you the numbers just fine. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you did find this review interesting and insightful, then please do click the red subscribe button below the video to make sure you don't miss any of our upcoming content.